Ramayana Kalpavrksam.
मन करा उफराटे अंती साही अक्षरे विश्रांती, that is the last line. And mana ufarate, if you do the ufarata, that is the viparita of mana, it becomes nama. And then there is vishranti, there is a visarga, and therefore it means Ram, Ra, Ma, Ya, Namaha. Another thing is there is a hidden message in that. You have to do your mind the opposite way. What does it mean? Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandhamokshayoho sankalpa vikalpatmakam hi manaha. So that sankalpa rahitam yadi manaha syat, vikalpa rahitam yadi syat, nirvikaram yadi syat, tarhi eva ramacharanayoho rasam praptum shakyate iti tasya arthaha. So that is the very beautiful message by Sant Bahinabai. With that, I'll go to Molla Ramayana now. Women composers and perspectives. I have chosen Molla as my first book. So Molla Ramayana. Molla happens to be the 16th century poet of Telugu Nadu. Starts this her Ramayana. She is a potter's girl. She is the daughter of Kesana Setti. He is the worshipper of Mallikarjuna. And she has written total 742 verses in Telugu. Avatarinика it starts with, that's an introduction. And Avatarinика has only 24 verses. Then Balakandam, Ayodhya Kandam, till Yuddha Kandam. Yuddha Kandam, in spite of being a woman, she describes the Yuddha in 3 parts. So Yuddha Kanda has the highest number of verses, but she doesn't have Uttarakanda. She doesn't have Uttarakanda at all. Can we go to the next? So this poetry of Molla, I am just giving some, passages here. It is so very Sanskritized Telugu. I mean, I could read the Devanagari scripted Molla Ramayana in Mumbai University Library, published by Vani Vilas Press. And because it was printed in Devanagari, I could read it. I mean, the Telugu is also in Devanagari. Idishri, this is the colophon. This is the colophon, the pushpika, the end portion of every kanda. Idishri Gauri Ishwara Varaprasada Labdhagaru Jangamarchana Vinoda Nitya Shaivachara Sampanna Sari Jana Vinuta Kavita Chamatkarakari Kesana Setti Tanaya. Kesana Setti Tanaya. She is the Tanaya of Kesana Setti. Molla Namadheya Virachitambaina Shri Ramayana Mahakavyambunandu Balakandamu Sarvabu Nekashvasamu. So this is how she finishes every kanda writing in the Telugu. She gives her introduction in that. Can we go to the next? Now you see this is the Ayodhya Kanda, the second, that Balakanda Ayodhya Kanda. So Ayodhya Kanda is the second one. How beautifully she has written. It almost looks like a Sanskrit and not Telugu to me. Jalajaksha Bhakta Vatsala Jalajasana Vinuta Pada Jalajata Sudha Jalarashi Bhavya Mandira Jalajakara Charu Hamsa Janaki Natha. And see the alliteration of Jakara, the alliteration, and so very Sanskritized Telugu, You don't find any Desya word or a Telugu word in that. It is all Sanskrit language for her. So it is Jalajaksha, Jalaja, Jale Jayate iti Kamalam. So lotus-eyed, having compassion on the devotees, Bhaktavatsala, one whose lotus feet are praised by the lotus-born Brahma, Jalajasana, that is Brahma. Vinuta, he is praising Pada Jalajata, one whose lotus feet. Okay? Sudha Jalarashi Bhavya Mandira, who like a beautiful swan, Jalajakara Charu Hamsa, freely swims in the milky ocean, Sudha Jalarashi, and who is the Lord of Janaki, Janaki Natha. Can we go to the next? See, this is the richness of her language. I just want to bring it out to you. How being a potter's daughter, a Kumbhakarasya Tanaya, what type of education she might have got. I really wonder. But the way she has composed this Ramayanam is really amazing. Kandarpa Rupa Khandita Kandarpa Virodhi Chapa Karuna Dvipa Vandita Shubhanama Munisandoha Stutya Bhuma Janaki Rama. Kandarpa Rupahara, Vishnu Sahasranama, you can remember, you know that. So Kandarpa is Madana. Kandarpa is Madana, Panchabana. It is the god of love. Kandarpa Virodhi is who? Shiva. Because he burnt Kandarpa, that is Madana, to ashes. His Chapa. So the Pinakapani, okay? So the god of love, Kandarpa, his opponent is Shiva. And what did Rama do? Khandita Kandarpa Virodhi Chapa, the Shiva Dhanur Bhanga. Just for saying that Rama broke the Shiva Dhanushya, she has used so much metaphors, so many metaphors in her language. He is Kandarpa Rupa, he looks like Madana, and Khandita Kandarpa Virodhi Chapa, he is Karuna Dvipa, Karuna Paravara. Vandita Shubhanama, Munisan, and he is being, worshipped by the Muni, the groups of Munis and all, Janaki Rama. So very, very nicely she has used in the Samasta Padas of Sanskrita. This is very difficult even for the Sanskritists to break and dissolve the samasas and come to the proper, consistent meaning of it. Another very important thing and a very peculiar thing of Molla is she has used so many unknown and unused, even in Sanskrit language, unused metaphors and unused words, so to say. Normally it is stated that Kavi Magha is a Vitpanna Kavi and Navasarga Gate Maghe Navashabdo na Vidyate. If you read 9 sargas of Shishupala, the entire Sanskrit dictionary, he must have been exhausted. There is no Navashabda. Okay? That is how it is said. But then I couldn't find this word, Inatanaya. Inatanaya is very, very different word. Ina means sun. From Ingatau, one who always moving. Ingatau is the dhatu in that. So Inatanaya, then Kanja Hitatmaja. Kanja Hitatmaja. What is Kanja? Kanja is a lotus. Navakanja Lochana Kanja. Yeah, so Kanja. So now basically Ina, see Kanja Hitatmaja are uncommon names for Sugriva she is using. Inatanya because he is supposedly the son of sun. S-O-N of S-U-N. Okay, he is the son of sun. And there it is derived from a root in to go with a unadi suffix nak, that's a grammar. Ina means sun god who continuously is on a movement and Sugriva is said to be the son of sun. Kanja means that which is born in water. Kam nama jalam. Ke jayate iti kanjam. Okay? So that's a lotus. Friend or a well-wisher of lotus is who? Again the sun. When the sun shines, when the sun rises, the lotuses start blooming, right? So that is the, see all these poetic concepts and making a clever use of all these words and concepts which we have. So friend or the well-wisher of a lotus is sun god and his Sugriva, Kanja Hitatmaja. Kanja Hitaha, Kanjam Nama Kamalam, Kanja Hitaha Nama Suryaha, Tasya Atmajaha Tanayaha Nama Sugrivaha. I have never come across Kanja Hitatmaja and Inatanaya used for Sugriva even by Valmiki. So very uncommon word she is using. Next please. Again, see the richness of her language. I'm so amazed. I'll come to some the Vyatireka Alankara and some Atishayokti and Upama Alankara in Molla Rama. And I'm really moved, by the genius of this poetess. Nagadharudo, Nagadhanvudo, Nagabhediyo, Konta Nato Boran. So Nagadhara is one who supports the Naga, the mountain. He is the Govardhanadhari Krishna. Okay? Nagadhara. Then Nagadhanva. Nagadhanva is the name of Shiva, who has the Nagadhanva, and which is unshakable. Shiva Dhanushya, unshakable, right? Then Nagabheda is the name of Indra. unless you know the Vedic narratives that Indra is the one who is called Purabhid, Vallabhid, Purandara, Shatru Puranam Darayita iti Sayanacharya Uktam Tatra, that he Nagabhid. So in the Vedas he is called as Purabhid, Nagabhid, etc. How could she gather these words and decorate her kavya with that? It's really, really very surprising. Next, please. Now, this is a very beautiful verse, and we say that, Sanskrit poets they are boasting of their scholarship, their intelligence, and in fact, we have, Subandhu's Vasavadatta Gadya Kavya, who boasts of Pratyakshara Shlesha. Every word is Shlishta. Every word has two meanings, double meanings. Now, this Molla has used the double meaning words. She says she has compared Dasharatha's Sabha, assembly, to Indra Sabha. Okay? And now, what are the common things which are there both in Dasharatha's Sabha as well as Indra Sabha, using the same word with double meanings? Very interesting, very intelligent. Kavi. Kavi is the planet Shukra. Kavi means planet Shukra. In Indra Sabha there is Shukra. In Dasharatha's Sabha there is Kavi, the poets. Okay? Then Guru. Guru is Brahaspati, Deva Guru Brahaspati. And here Guru, the elderly people, the teachers, the acharyas. So many acharyas including Vasishtha. Then Buddha. Buddha is Mercury. Buddha also means Buddhi Yukta. Buddha Janaha. So learned people, right? Talented, learned people, wise people. Mitra, Mitraya Namaha, Pushnaya Namaha, Vishnave Namaha. Mitra is one of the Adityas in the Rigvedic deities, solar deities. Mitra is friends. So in the Sabha there will be friends as well. Then Bhogi. Bhogi is Shesha, the serpent, and Bhogi will be one who enjoys all the Rai, the empirical wealth. Bhogan grinhanti, svikurvanti, bhunjanti, te bhoginaha. And bhogi also means the Shesha. Okay? So in the Indra Sabha it is the Shesha. In the Dasharatha Sabha they are all the bhogis. Then Dvija. Dvijas are the Brahmanas. In the Indra Sabha there are learned Brahmanas with Indra Sabha. And here in Dasharatha Sabha there are birds. We just now saw that Dasharatha was friend of Jatayu, Sampati. So there are birds also. I mean, these could be the birds or the Vanaras, or these could be totemistic people. Maybe, I mean, there is a lot more anthropology and cultural anthropology in that. So Dvija, then Dhivara. Dhivara are the wise people. Dhi, Vara Dhihi Yesham. So those who have best of intellect. That is Dhivara, all learned people in Indra Sabha. And here, the common people. Dhivara is a fisherman. Dhivara is a fisherman. Dasharatha Sabha has Dhivaras, has birds, along with the Dvijas and along with the wise people, right? So many heterogeneous people. It is really the Janata Darbar of Dasharatha, So that is the meaning. Now this is a very fantastic Utpreksha Alankara. Sun sets every evening in the west. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west every evening. But why that sun has to go deep into the ocean? There is an Utpreksha, there is a poetic fancy, fancied by this intelligent woman. She says, the sun, she described the sunset in the Ayodhya Kanda, Ayodhya Kanda 6. This is the verse. I won't read because I am not good at Telugu. But it is said that sun got tired walking all alone. Inaha, he is always moving, he is always going, right? Inaha. So he got tired at the end of the day, and therefore, from east to west, and therefore he was sweating all over. The sun was sweating all over. He makes us sweat here now, come on. But he was sweating, perspiring all over, and he took a plunge in the ocean in the evening to pacify himself, to cool down himself. What an Utpreksha. Utpreksha is Kavi Pravadhokti. It is her imagination which plays this fancy. This is not an Upama, right, for the poeticians. Then Yuddhakanda, again there is another very beautiful, why the sun sets and goes into the sun. She says, the sun god couldn't tolerate the agony and sorrow when Rama, Lakshmana, that is his grandsons. Why his grandsons? It is solar dynasty, Ikshvaku Prabhavamusha. So when his grandsons were overpowered by the Brahmastra of Indrajit, he could not stand that. And therefore, he sank into the Western Ocean. You know, sometimes we can't help our own progeny. But then what do? We just retire from there. So sun also retired from there very beautifully. Next, please. So this is the most loved one in my Molla Ramayana's examples. I have quoted it multiple times, you know. For the Kojagiri Purnima, I quoted this in my friends group and they loved it so much. The Kojagiri Purnima, the Ashwina Purnima. So this is the full moon, you know. And this is Vyatireka as well as Atishayokti according to the poetics. Just imagine this comes in the Ayodhya Kanda 13th verse. Imagines like this, that the Milky Ocean came to a boiling point because the sun is gloriously shining with Sahasra Rashmi. And therefore the Milky Ocean, the water comes to boil, the milk comes to boiling point. So this also came to a boiling point. And when normally we also see, दूध रख दिया है गैस पर, उबल जाता है, बाहर आ जाता है. And when there is a fan, that will get together to form a lump or a ball, you know. So when this is boiling, the Milky Ocean, there comes a gust of wind, and all that malai, you know, all that cream gets the shape of a ball and it is tossed up in the sky. What a beautiful. And here, you know, I mean, this is Vyatireka, Upamanad, Upameyam yada Vyatirichyate, Atirichyate, tada Vyatireko nama alankaraha. So very beautiful. Then, you can go to the next. Swabhavokti, a picturesque description. Swabhavokti is a picturesque description, okay? So this is from the Kishkindha Kanda, 14th verse, Ram shooting arrow through the 7 Tala Vrikshas, you can see. So one can visualize Rama standing near the tall Sala tree, as tall as Sala, but standing near the Sala tree, pulling the bowstring till his ears and concentrating on his target with single-pointedness and failing Vali to the ground like Vajra causing the fall of a mountain. So here Rama is likened with Indra. Indra with his Vajra fails down and puts down the mountains. Similarly, Rama, with his one single arrow, he made Vali, a gigantic person, fall down on the ground. Next, please. Now, this is like Churanika Gadya. In the Gadya, in the Sanskrit, we have, you know, like so many varieties. I am not here to teach you the poetics and the Sahitya Shastra, but there are so many varieties like Vrittagandhi Gadya. Sometimes, you know, the Gadya is also so poetic, you enjoy it, you relish it. It is Layabadha. Sometimes it is Muktaka. Muktaka, very simple sentences like Bhasa writes, like Kalidasa writes. And sometimes it is Churanika Shaili. Churanika, that is a very Samastapada Vyaprita Shaili, okay? Very big, compounded words are there. This is the description of Ravana. She doesn't hesitate describing Ravana also in beautiful samasas. Not only Rama, she is not a Pakshapati at all, okay? She gives equal footage to both Rama and Ravana. Jaya Jaya Keka, you can remember yesterday's Raghuvira Gadya, you know. Jaya Jaya, like that. Jaya Jaya Kekasi Garbha Samudra Sampurna Sudhakara. Jaya Jaya Maya Tanuja Manohara. I need not translate, these are very simple words. Jaya Jaya Rakshasa Kula Sarva Bhauma. Jaya Jaya Sagaravarana Lankadhishwara. Jaya Jaya Pakashasana Bhadra. Pakashasana is the name of Indra. Pakashasana Bhadra Shri Harana Chatura. Shri Harana Lakshmi. Sita Harana Chatura. Jaya Jaya Kutila Vaishvanara Putta, Vaishvanara is Agni. Kutila Vaishvanara Putta Bheda Nirdhama Dhama. Jaya Jaya Samavati Jaya Jaya Samavati Sapad Vichaddaka. Jaya Jaya Danuja Vallabha Halakallola. Jaya Jaya Pavamana Samhara. Jaya Jaya Yaksha Nayaka Durvara Garvapaharaka. Just go on reading. This is such a beautiful Samastapada, you know. I won't read the entire thing. It is Yuddha Kanda when she is describing Ravana. Next, please. Now, the honors of Molla, so many honors. Andhra Pradesh government erected her statue in Hyderabad along with few other great Telugu personalities. There was a movie, Molla. A fictional account of her life story has been written by Inturi Venkateshwara Rao under the title Kumara Molla, published in 1969. And based on this novel, another writer, Satyanarayana Garu, wrote a ballad which became very popular and has been sung all over the Andhra Pradesh. She was used as a symbol of women's advancement somehow. And you know, this was taken privilege by the women's lib movements. Women's right protest began at a statue in Hyderabad in 2006. And a movie like Kathanayika Molla was made about her with Vani Shri playing the lead role. So this is for you to judge. I mean, this Google Swami. I got this information from Google Guru. Next. Now this Chandravati's Ramayana I am just referring to. Okay, Chandravati's Ramayana, almost 700 verses. And the source is the e-source. 16th century poet again. Molla was also 16th century. She is also 16th century. And she dedicated her work to Sakhi Jana. Normally, you know, when people are addressing Surudaha, Buddha Janaha, like that, oh, listen to my Kriti, listen to my Ramayana. Here she is specifically addressing to Sakhi Jana. It is centered around Sakhi, written by a woman, meant for the women. No hero worship, not a divine story, but it is Sita's perspective. Okay? Herself a victim, cheated and jilted by her lover, Jayachandra. Chandravati herself was, you know, a cheated person, and therefore she could come out with that angle only. She doesn't have much respect for Sri Rama. She looks at Rama from Sita's point of view, who has been rejected, who has been repudiated and insulted, so to say. So, describes Mandodari and Sita as mother-daughter. I mean, this is a typical Bengali version. And neglected Mandodari drinks the blood of ascetics. You know, there is a long story in Jain Ramayana also, you have it. Ravana used to kill the Rakshasas and deposit their blood in a vessel, and that vessel was used by some rishi to have his milk drops. And Ravana, you know, ayyashi ke liye chala jata hai kahin bhi. So Mandodari, in all frustration, she wants to end her life, and she drinks that because it is very fatal, poisonous, the blood of the Rakshasas. And she drinks it, but surprisingly, she is pregnant. And Ravana is away, so she is afraid, and therefore she discards that baby. That baby is found by Janaka. Jain Ramayana also has this version. This also has this version. Now, Shuno Sakhi Jana. Every time she would say, Shuno Sakhi Jana. And she says, poor Rama, you have totally lost your mind. Ram tomar buddhi hoile nash. So your buddhi नष्ट हो गई है. आपकी बुद्धि तो नष्ट हो गई, सीता मैया जैसी पतिव्रता स्त्री को आपने त्याग दिया. ये क्या बात हुई? So होइले नाश. Okay, next. Then I come to oral tradition of Maharashtra. This is my most loving point. I wanted to end with this. There are so many things, you know. This is the living tradition, not a textbook on Ramayana. No single person, no single author has written it down, but there are so many OVs, so many Gitas. And recently there was one Namita Vaikar. She undertook a project of grind mill songs project. That is Zatyavarcha Ovya. You know? Zatyavarcha Ovya. So, grind mill songs project. So, she has also collected so many. Of course, I saw so many in the collection done by Sarojini Babar, Shantabai Shelke, Tara Bhavalkar, all women working for the cause of women. So these are all in the oral tradition. No text, one text as such. Different people reciting this. And this is really a Paurusheya. This is women singing it for the women, okay? And the songs are sung in the folk rituals. Even now, they are sung during the folk rituals, agricultural activities, plays, ballads, songs, sung while grinding the grains, performing various samskaras, like the naming ceremony, baby shower, and so many other things. And Ramayana becomes truly Sita-centric in the mouth of these women, okay? Next. For a woman, childbirth is the most important thing happening in her life, which she covets for. Now, Valmiki has described the birth of all the 4 brothers. But what about Kausalya? He hasn't taken care of Kausalya at all. Now, these women, they take care of her. And they say, even she has some longings. Dohada. Kausalyela dohale. That Davhale is a Gramya, slang Ucharana. Dohale is the Marathi word. Kausalyela Davhale Icharito Dasharatha. Icharito Vicharato Dasharatha. Rama Aleti Potala Puravila Manoratha. So these are the longings, for baby shower. What do? What does that pregnant woman likes to eat, drink, this, that, go outside, and you fulfill all her desires. Now, Kausalya is a caring mother of Rama. Valmiki is silent, but not these women. When, Rama goes to the forest, she says, not before that. Rama is sleeping in the palna. Aya baya no karunaka galabala. Shh, no noise. Aya baya no naka karu galabala. Rama माझा आत्ताच निजला. Just now he slept. So these are the feelings, these women, they must be also caring for their children whenever wo jholi bandh diya hai ped ko, like that. And when he goes to the forest, Rama lighale vanala, Kausalya mata rade, komal tujhe charan, pai rutatila khade. Khade, the small stones will prick your lotus feet, I'm so caring for you. I'm so worried about you. And therefore she later on asks the wind god, Maicha jiva yeda, hata jodito varyala, vara pavana devata, sauda varkha vanat, sambhala maiha ramala. Oh pavana god, you please protect my Rama. Next. Now Sita's misfortune. Sita is not born, there is no birth. She just found. And found not by Janaka. In the songs of women, she is found by the servant of Janaka. Not even by Janaka, servant of Janaka, who will do the ploughing. Of course, Valmiki says he is ploughing the land for the Yajnashala, okay? But they don't care for Valmiki and the elite Samskruti and all that. They have their own version of finding of Sita. बारा बैलांचा नांगर चालतो वढ्याच्या कडीला गवसली सीताबाई जनक राजाच्या गड्याला. गडी सर्वंट, गडी रामागडी, ओके, गडी इज सर्वंट. नांगराच्या ताशी सापडली सीता, तिच्या जलमाची कुठं आहे कथा. She was just found at the tip of the Nangara, the Sita. That's why she was named Sita, the furrow made by the plowshare. तिच्या जलमाची कुठं आहे कथा. Are there any stories glorifying her birth? Like Rama was born, like Krishna was born. Where is the story of Sita Mai's birth? And now this, she is Maha Tripura Sundari. She is herself Shakti. And therefore, Sita Bai, Shivacha Dhanushya, Sita Bai na kela ghoda. She was playing with the Dhanushya as ghoda ghoda. Tak, 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 tak. Like small children do with anything. They will just take a stick and do ghoda ghoda. Right? So, शिवाचं धनुष्य सीताबाईनं केलं घोडं. रावण आला पुढं, देवाला पडलं कोडं. Now when Ravana doesn't come in Valmiki Ramayana, but in our Ramayana it comes. For the Swayamvara of Sita, Valmiki doesn't bring Ravana there, right? It is the local, the folk Ramayana, which has Ravana coming for the Swayamvara. And we saw in the Ramayana Kalpavrksam yesterday, Bhavayami Raghuramam, Ravana falls, with all that might, he comes and falls down. But when he comes, even the gods got scared. What will happen now? He's such a mighty king. If he lifts that, then what? Ravana pudha devala padala koda. And then she says, Rama bhanuna Rama, nahi Sita baicha molacha. You may glorify Rama, 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 like that, Rama Nam and all. Nahi Sita baicha molacha. He is not worthy of Sita bai. Sita is more powerful than Rama because it is Sita-centric, right? Sita is more. Hirakani Sita bai. Hirakani, she is a Hira, that's a precious stone, diamond. Hirakani Sita bai, Rama halakya dilacha. He just heard somebody, some dhobi saying something and, he just asked his wife to go away. What is this? Halakya dilacha. Hirakani Sita bai. So Sita is superior to Rama. Next. So this is, next. This is only the picture, yeah. Now when this Shivadhanushya, that you may bring in all those OVs, no problem. Yeah. So Sita bai mhane jalo pityacha pana. When Ravana came forward, everybody got worried. When Rama came forward, even Sita was a little apprehensive because he looked so young, so delicate, so tender, right? How will he be able to lift this mighty Dhanushya? Sita bai mane jalo pityacha pana. Why did my father put such a very difficult clause, difficult pana? Jalo pityacha pana. Rama disato lahana. Kasa uchalila Dhanushya bana. No, because her heart goes for Rama. But if Rama fails, then? So, very human, is it not? Very human feeling. And then women identify with Sita's worries and anxiety. This is, these are the women who are working in the open fields, working in the open farms and construction sites nowadays, but in ancient times only the farms and other things. So, they say, Gangadarichi payari Sita chadhati damayana chhatri dharali ramarayana. When they are going to the forest, they are climbing the ghat of this Ganga, and Sita is tired. Naturally, the delicate princess, she is tired. So Rama Raja is holding an umbrella over her. Can you read between this? You have to read. We all have to read between these lines. What is the dhvani? They themselves are tiring. They themselves are sweating in the hot sun. It is their wishful thinking that their husband would hold an umbrella sometime in their life. It's not Sita, it's their wish they are speaking of. So, Sita bala tina tila kashachi baza. There is not even a bed for her, not even a khatiya for her. Tila kashachi baza. Savale Sita bai. Otherwise, Sita bai is very fair and Rama is Shamala. But in the women's Ramayana, Sita bai looks like them. So, Savale Sita bai. She is also, this is identifying, they don't consider her to be different from them. So, Savale Sita bai to Gote Varuni Nija. And Evada Vanavasa Sita bai Ekalila Vatuna Dila bai Gharo Ghari Chanarila. Why should Sita suffer all alone? And therefore she has distributed her Vanavasa amongst all of us. That means they are also undergoing the pain and the suffering of Vanavasa. So their expression of their sorrow gets, manifested through such OVs. Duruna dongara disati lala lala, Sita ga balatina tila lugadyacha pala. All how the Bhatke Vimukta Jati, the gypsies and the other people, how they would be staying, and there only to some, sari ka jhula bandh diya hai, and that is how they are cradling their young ones. Sita bala tina ghetala asara jhadacha, babhalila jhoka Sita baicha tanyacha. And the jhoka, that this one is also for the babhali, that is the babul tree, which is a thorny bush. It is not a regular tree. Because on the outskirts of the city, where are the shady trees? They are on the open there. There will be only Bori and Babhali. I have another this thing for that. Rama Manunar, sorry. हेग एवढ्या वनामंदी कोण रडत ऐकागा सीतेला समजावया बोरी बाभळ्या बाई काग बोरी and babhळ्या these are the only women who come and share her plight, who come and share her sorrow. Okay, next. So this is the folk story of the twins. This is again a mythosocial belief that the twins are not welcome. And therefore, in the folk tradition, in the women's Ramayana, in the folk songs, she did not give birth to Lava and Kusha. It was only Lava. And once while fetching water for some household purposes, she deposited her Lava in the care of Valmiki and went out for the to the river. And Valmiki was in his penance, in his dhyana. She came also after her work. She took the child and went into the kitchen. And Valmiki, when he opened the eyes, he didn't see the child. And what will Sita say? She had entrusted the child to me. And therefore, from the asana, he took out a blade of grass, the kusha, and did the avagrahana, and kusha was born. So when she came to invite him for lunch, she sees another child there, So I think this is the last one. Just go, friend. Next. Yeah, this is the last one. I will recite only one and then I will. So Sita chalali vanavasa kunku kapali bharunag Ram dekhale duruna ali netara bharunag. When they are going to vanavasa, everybody is so sorrowful. The tears start trickling down their eyes, and the Lavakusha become Lahu and Ankusa in their songs. It is not Lava and Kusha. Ramakundavari valya dhotarachi jodi, valya ola, that is wet dhoti, veshti is there. Angholila yei lahu ankusachi jodi. So Angholila on Ramakunda at Nashik, Ankushachi jodi would come. Now I am ending this here. I just want to thank Ananda, and for that I am remembering one like Upanishadic. I am a student of Veda and Vedanta, so I'll quote one Upanishad, Taittiriya, everybody knows. Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti. And the answer given in Taittiriya is Anandadhyeva khalu imani sarvani bhutani jayante anandena jivanti anande prayanti abhisamvishanti tad vijidnyasasva tad brahma. And then I would like to end embedding the names of all these people who are working tirelessly for the fructification of this seminar. Anando Brahma, Eshaha Anandaha Anupamaha. Snehardraha Tasya Shripatehe Prasadam Gruhitva Kalpavruksham Paramanandam Yachemahi. Dhanyavadaha.